Warning landlords, no more Section 8 rental paychecks with government shutdown. Tenants, be prepared to be evicted. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and today's lesson is about Section 8, government cheese, okay? And the way things are going with the government shutdown, many tenants are going to be forced to be put on the streets, not because the landlords wants them to be on the streets, because the landlord themselves owe a mortgage or debt to the bankers. So it's a catch-22, okay, where this plan, if the government shutdowns continue, okay, it's going to hurt the landlords because they're not going to have that income to clear their debt, to pay off their debt. So they're going to be forced to have more expenditure, pay for an eviction, and kick out tenants, which is going to cause tenants to, not have places to live, and even protest. Okay. However, the people that are going to win, or who do you think is going to be? The banksters. Okay, that's why I said in this crash it's going to be the biggest wealth exchange, because it doesn't matter that the people are going to be hurting. It doesn't matter that the small business owners or the landlords are going to be hurting. But who's going to win? The bankers. They win regardless. And this is what I've been talking about, that we don't have a capitalism anymore because we have too big to fail corporations like airlines, banksters, car dealers. And Big Brother has forgot about entrepreneurs, the small, medium-sized businesses. Okay, it's just all about just the elites now. And so what's going to happen is a lot of investors have put their life savings, life nest eggs into debt that they learned from some guru or from seminar, and they personally signed these debt. And now, after years of hard work, their harvest may be put on fire, and they're gonna possibly lose their properties, okay, which they don't want, nor does the renters want to be put out on the street. Now, the other thing is that I don't believe in big government, and big government has caused all this problem. It has caused the average person, the tenants, to have full-time jobs and not to be able to pay for bread, for water, for rent because of inflation. And therefore, psychologically, Big Brother has conditioned the average worker in America to be on sticking their hands out for a handout. Because even though they have a full-time job, let's say they work at Walmart 40 hours or whatever, it doesn't cover the bills. And the average worker doesn't understand that. And that's why they're wanting more bigger government. Because if you listen to the average renter, they're thinking that the landlord is the problem, and they're also wanting the government to reopen. See, the way I look at it is it's great that the government is closed. Please truly close it down, because it's just theater, right? We have so much government workers, right? Have you ever went to get your license at the DMV, or have you ever gone to get a registration or pay your property taxes and talk to the people inside? Those are government workers, right? They're rude to you. Have you ever been to the postal office? They're rude to you. They're slow. They're not efficient. They don't operate like true capitalism small businesses do, where we try to save, provide the best service, etc. Okay? And we have so much big government. We have so many workers, right? They're on the government cheese. Well, and then Big Brother is conditioning all these people on food stamps, SNAPs, Section 8 to be just dependent, okay? Because they don't understand that it's big government, it's central bankers that put them in this position, okay? All the printing the Federal Reserve does, it robs the actual worker from Walmart or the middle class or the business owner of their purchasing power. they'll have the same amount of money in their banking account, but when they go to Kroger or Whole Foods and they try to buy something, that shopping cart now has less and less food in it for the same amount of money. That's what I'm talking about. That's as simple as I can put it. Okay? So Big Brother has put these tenants and people on Section 8, make them think that they're their solution. And so it's a situation when the slave master has conditioned the slaves to think that they need the slave master. So let me put that again, ladies and gentlemen. The slave master has conditioned the slaves, the people that are in snaps and the people for a handout. And if anyone wants to say anything against having such a big government, the slave rise up to defend the slave master. Isn't that the most craziest thing? Okay, the reason that the dollar is falling and has less purchasing power is because we have continuous wars. We're bombing people in caves. Who do you think benefit from all those bombs? It surely ain't you. It surely ain't the kid that got crushed because of a bomb or his family. It surely ain't. Who do you think benefits? I tell you who benefits. The manufacturing, the war machines, right? For every mother of bombs they drop, they could help out you. They could help out you with your business. They can help out all these other stuff. For every tank, airplane, missile they build, right, that goes out there and kills innocent people just because we think we're the bully of the world, we're the world police, right? Dude, if our stuff was working so great, right, then I understand, but our stuff is not working so great. So why should we go and tell other people how they should live their lives, right? I mean, if you look at America, 40 million people are dependent on government cheese. I just read a survey that over 85% of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their banking account. Everyone's in so much debt, credit card debt, student debt, car debt, mortgage debt. So we look like we have all these things, but we really can't afford it. And so the whole system, from the elites to the Federal Reserve, right, is to fool the masses, like in this case, the Section 8 homeowners, the food recipients, to think that their slave master, which is the bankers and the elites, are their saviors. And really, it's not. They don't need more government to help them out. Now, the situation is like someone being on crack and they got to stop it. And so there's going to be major pain and withdrawals. But really, it's the freedom. Because if you want freedom, there has to be withdrawal. If you want freedom, there has to be pain, right? You can have pain, but without suffering. You don't have to suffer. You can be happy that you're free and take the pain as a positive way to grow. But that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've been obsessively, obesely, gluttily consuming so much debt and so much handouts, like people on welfare or Section 8, and constantly sticking our hands out. And when there's nothing put into our hand, guess what? We're going to have withdrawal. We're going to have pain. But we don't have to have suffering. We don't have to go into it with suffering. We can just go into it with happiness that we're going to get some freedom, that we're going to be able to change our lives. Okay? So this is the world that we live in. Okay? This is the world that we live in. All right? And freedom does not come with men with guns. Freedom comes with you strengthening yourself. Your brother strengthening himself, your cousin strengthening himself, and everyone will be strong, then we can be strong as a nation. Where in this situation, we have the elites that don't pay any taxes because they have the big corporations, they have the lobbyists, they have the good attorneys, they have all these loopholes. And the middle class are becoming poor, and the poor are now going to become homeless. And even the small business owners like these landlords, right, that has 10 properties or 5 properties or, 100 unit apartment complex that rents to this crowd, right, of people that have full-time jobs but they can't afford it. Now they're going to go upside down. But for the tenants, the landlord seems like the mean guy, but it's just a trickle down effect, right? Because when the landlords don't get the income, they can't pay their debt, so they have to evict and they have to put people in there. And if they don't, they're going to lose their property. If they lose their property, and then the state gets to suffer because there's no tax money coming in, nor extortion money coming in, and so on. So it's going to be a trickle down effect. And one thing to think about is maybe we're really broke and we can't afford to pay for all this stuff. Okay, and that's why we're going to this stuff. And the other thing, let's think about it, is having so much of a big government, so like 800,000 workers. Okay, I think I could keep that at a different video. But what I want to let you think about is that if you're strong and you're not overspending and you're making moves, and because America's a great country, right? Even though with the situation it is better than many other countries. And so there's great opportunities out there. For example, if you don't have any money and you only have $100, I can show you the new flip. Is a game that is a revolutionary game that I've created that allows you to make money, okay, while learning real estate. Now you can get into real estate with no money, with no credit. There's so many different ways to do it, okay. But I'm not. If you're a renter, if you don't have any money, then I'm not telling you to get in real estate. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. This is just my opinions. But one of the cool things is I would suggest to you to look into is the new flip, because in the new flip you can do it in any country, in any city in America, and you only need to risk $100 and you could 2x, 3x, 5x, 7x your money. What does that mean? You put $100 in, and in a couple of days you get 3x it, or make it 300 or 400 or 500. Not only have I done it multiple times, my students have done it. You can look at the reviews, and it can be done. This is something that I teach you how to become the fisherman, so you can fish for yourself versus sticking your hand out. If you're a Section 8, tenant, or you're in food subsidies, it's time for you to go and make moves. You can't make moves working for the man. You can't make moves working for Walmart, where the owners are making billions of dollars an hour. That's not making moves, dude. Having 2 jobs is not making moves, okay? Like having at Walmart and working at Starbucks. No, making moves is doing the new flip. Making moves is go invest in your own hustle, okay? Buy something low and sell it high. And you can do that because today's society we live in, we have a society of consumers. And then the other thing is, with technology the way it is, you have everything's free, like YouTube, Facebook. There's so many free things. So the problem is not there's not opportunities. The problem is that the big companies, from the news, media, marketing, governments, Federal Reserve, they've all brainwashed the people, thinking that you need some kind of credit, you need some kind of income, you need something special before you can be your dreams. And here at MrNoFluff.com, it doesn't matter if you're a Section 8, it doesn't matter if you're on food stamps, if you're a real estate investor, you're an entrepreneur, you're doing great. I have all kinds of people. I just want to let you know that you're more powerful than you realize, and you don't need any money, no government, no credit, no banker to be your dreams, man. It was already given to you when you were created on the planet. That's why everything is in abundance. That's why the air you breathe is from a tree, right? It's everything's complete, and there's nothing lacking here. You could plant a seed in the ground, and it gives you fruit and food. Imagine that, dude. What you breathe out, the trees take in, right? I mean, and then they give you oxygen to breathe in. So everything's complete. We live in the world of abundance. Is this big corporation, people that want to control us, are allowing us to think that we're not powerful, and we don't live in a world of amazement, abundance, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, so much abundance that we don't even realize. But we're willing to pay, big corporations for water versus it being free. So that's the point I'm trying to drill to you home, that you're more powerful than you realize. And the more you stick your hands out for government cheese, then the more you're gonna hurt. That's why when I was a landlord, I never wanted to do Section 8 because I didn't want to be dependent on the government. Okay, I didn't want them to pay me. I just wanted to create my own way to do it. Okay, because I want freedom, and I don't feel bad for all the 800 people that that work for the government. Well, if you don't like it, go get a different job, dude. Because most of the people there work for government corporations. They're inefficient, they're rude, and I think 1/10 of the service you get from, say, Kroger or
Whole Foods or Apple or FedEx, and why should we have these people? And because the more we have government workers, these people are basically, I mean, and I'm not disrespecting any of them in a personal way, but they're just leashing on us, on the working people, to pay for them, and they're not efficient at their jobs or where they work, because that Big Brother is not efficient at all. Okay, Big Brother is never known to be the most efficient organization out there. Private organizations are way more efficient, and that's my point. Okay, my point is freedom for all and liberty for all, and to have time to spend with your kids versus working every day when they're printing money, dude. It doesn't make sense. They're printing money and they want you to slave your life away, if that makes any sense. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Pass this message around to your friends and family. Let's get the word out there. Let people know what's going on. And much love to you guys. See ya.